Hey everyone, I'm Vanessa Guerrero, and I am so excited to have the opportunity with Sideshow today to talk about the hilarious show Crossing Swords. Now, I caught some of this back in last summer, and I cannot wait to get into the details of it. Now, joining us today, we have animation director Bradley Schaefer,
Hi.
and we also have supervising storyboard director Shannon Denton.
Hello.
And we have co-creator and director John Harvatine IV.
Hello.
What are some pop culture, TV, film, just things that really drive you as a fan? And did you get into them when you were young, or is it something recently?
Yeah, well, I can start off. Skateboarding. I have a lot of skateboard decks that I collect. I don't skate as much as I used to because falling is harder than it used to be, but I still skate.
Yep.
In your 30s, it's tough, right?
Yeah, you just don't bounce back as quick. And then the Star Wars universe, we just moved, so this is just a small portion of stuff I was able to unpack before
Just a
today.
snippet.
But I did find a couple of my Sideshow Boba Fett's. There's a lot more.
Yes.
I know you've got more coming. So my wife's excited. I'll be buying those. And then Marvel I've worked out for a long time, so Stanley was my first boss, so I'm always going to be a Marvel guy.
That's cool.
And then something Harv and I and some of the other buddy guys have in common, and Brad too, is sports, which not everybody in animation actually likes sports.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. We all love different teams, and it's fun to make fun of each other, but it's also fun to talk with each other about this. So there's that aspect of fandom too that kind of crosses in, and I think makes our nerdness a little more unique in that we get benefits of a Mandalorian and talking about wide receivers and why was your favorite player traded recently? That kind of thing. So
Yeah. A big snippet of fandom. Brad, is there anything particularly that, whether it be when you're younger or now, that just really captured the fandom side of you?
I think the thing I really glommed onto and was almost solely inspired by was the show Futurama. And what I loved about it was just the world building they did was incredible to me, and how they kept true to it through, the original run of the first 4 seasons, and even when they brought it back, like I even like that stuff too. And then, the movies they made in between. Yeah, and also I just found Fry to be a very relatable character for myself, which
Yeah. I
I
think
think is a compliment to me, but
I think it is. I think every sci-fi needs a Fry. Every single piece of future anything needs that person to like ask the questions and bring the human element into it.
yeah, exactly. And also I'm just jealous of him. I would love to get trapped in an ice capsule and get transported to the future. Like, that'd be awesome.
Right? I just
Yeah.
want to hang out with
Terrifying.
Leela all day.
yeah, have a one-eyed space babe for a girlfriend.
Right?
Get it going. Yeah.
That's the dream. That's honestly the goal for any of us at this point. Now, in terms of fandom, we've talked a little bit about the stuff that we really love. Is there anything that you either collect or wish you've collected?
Something that I collect, which might be a little different, is Russian space propaganda posters from the Cold War, which is really cool.
That is so cool.
That's cool. Yeah. And also that kind of translated into collecting like their old tin toys from like the 50s and 60s and 70s, like because they were trying to sell their own population on space travel and get them excited, and a big part of their campaign was to sell space toys like rocket ships and UFO shaped things, and all that stuff is great. It's extremely expensive. I don't have that many pieces, but I have a lot of I have a lot of views on eBay, a lot of things I'm watching all the time.
A lot of ones that you're just kind of coveting from afar. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
It's a cosmonaut life right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not just that, it's also like the American side of it too is really interesting, and how we're both trying to, it's just a really cool way to compete with another country is space travel, as opposed to like war or something boring like that.
Yeah, it's so much more interesting. And
Yeah, this is more interesting.
Yeah, we're such a great age right now with SpaceX and Blue Origin and NASA and all these guys. They're competing, but they're also all kind of on the same team. So,
Yeah, it's healthy competition. It makes everyone better.
But we're not getting any tin toys out of it.
Yeah, what the hell? It's all video games now.
I feel robbed.
Oh,
too.
they need to get, SpaceX needs to get on that. Virgin Galactic, Blue Origin.
Yeah, actually,
you guys are tuning in to this today. Let's get on to the tin toys for those of us that want space stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harv, is there anything that's on your coveted collection list?
Oh man,
I know, it's sad.
where would Harvey
You know,
I,
it's pretty easy for me. I love the 80s toys. So like Star
Mhm.
Wars, He-Man, Mask, G.I. Joe, all that stuff. I don't know, like from when I was a kid, like I would just like imagine and play with those things and just think of these worlds that they would be in. So to me, it's just kind of like going back and like remembering when I was young and thinking of like what it's like to create these worlds.
Mhm.
Yeah, when we were talking earlier and you guys were talking about like animation that inspired you, so I went with my team and I was like, let's just go back to when we actually played with toys. And so I got toys out and we were bouncing them around. And I mean, I know I looked ridiculous on these Zooms because it was all during the pandemic, but it was kind of like this. And I just pull out action figures and we'd act out the scenes. And there, you know, the whole no arms thing actually worked because I was just bouncing them around. And so then it was like trying to figure out what the shots were out of that. And I think that playfulness is what I think what's evident in the show. And I think that's what people are, relating to.
It really comes through. The playful aspects really come through and like I think really sing to what is so great about fandom and collecting and playing with toys. It's the fantasy, it's the imagination, it's the play parts, and Crossing Swords is so playful.
Patrick, this one's mine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, Shannon, to that, you know, it's like when we talk about animation, Brad, it's like it's as if you're taking a character and you're like, it's this is the acting. It's like pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
But like having that for a whole show is like really fun and challenging. But yeah, that's the point of it. It's as if you're imagining that you are playing with that toy and that character and you're telling the story.
Exactly. And thank you so much for letting us in into all of your imaginations today. It's been such a delight talking to all three of you. You can find the first season of Crossing Swords on Hulu as you get ready for the second season and many more to come, I hope. Shannon, Brad, Harv, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us some insight to the crazy world of Crossing Swords.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks everyone for watching. I'm Vanessa Guerrero, and don't forget to let your geek side show.
Be sure to subscribe by hitting the S icon on your screen and click the bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is posted. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.